Hello, hello, parishioners of St. George's. My name is Nolan. I work in mission and discipleship here at the parish, and I'm here with the illustrious Monsignor Hans. Monsignor, how are you now?
Well, as some of you know, I am locked in here. I had a little COVID test positive Sunday night. So I am now in isolation, but it's not going too badly. The fever is gone. I'm drinking the magic potions. So Lent can begin. Well, it's funny to have now the infection, as other restrictions are easing up, right? But, Lent, of course, this year, very, very unique again, after years where it's already been unique also. Remember, it was during Lent that the lockdown happened. And so last year was again strange. And so this year we are gradually coming out. Hopefully the new rules in Ontario go into effect today. Mm-hmm. But for us, right, the challenge really is to find out how to be the parish and how to live and how to minister and how to, live our mission now that the restrictions go away. I think the real learning, we don't quite know. We don't have to go back to exactly what we did before. We have learned some things during the pandemic. So there are some knowns and some unknowns, and we will juggle with those. Mm. But of course, there will be a return to certain things, right? The return to certain things, how they were done before and that were done before. And so we live and learn in a whole new world, right? Mm. Many people nowadays say, no, we have to live with the virus, whatever that means. I'm not sure. We will certainly have to live with other realities also.
I was going to say, you're currently living with the virus, so you're getting more acquainted, certainly, as we head into Lent 2022. But, I mean, it's also providential that Lent this year really is falling while also restrictions are easing. And so we really find ourselves with a lot more liberty to really embrace the parish. I want to ask, what is changing on the COVID restriction front at St. George's? What can we expect as parishioners?
Well, we change again, right, according to what the province kind of suggests and allows. So as we announced on Sunday already, we will continue to wear masks indoors, and that includes the masses and the other liturgies. But it will no longer be required to sit far apart. So we will take away the markers in the church and people can sit where they like. I still hope that they will continue to sit maybe a bit closer to the altar than they used to in the old days. And we will also be able to sing again in the church. Again, our musicians will figure out exactly how that will work because, of course, the masks are on. So singing with masks on is not ideal, but it's probably much better than nothing. And we will also then, start to do a more normal distribution of communion. The holy water can again be put into the font at the church, at the door. And very importantly, collection will be back at the Mass. So people can even more generously make their offering now during Lent. Very appropriate.
We've got the freedom to give. Freedom to give. Happy Lent. That's a reference certainly to our video last year in which we said one of the great ways that a parishioner could get involved in Lent, to take up a practice, is to give a little more. So anyway, now those are some of the COVID restrictions that we are seeing eased and lifted at the parish. What are some of the activities, what are some of the ways that parishioners can get involved at the parish over the course of Lent?
Well, I would say three things I would recommend. The first one is for some people who have not been at Mass for a long time. Now, this would now be the moment to kind of learn how to go to Mass again. Maybe that'll mean coming on a weekday instead of the Sunday. If you still feel, well, this is a bit too much, I need less people in the church. Weekdays may be a good start for that. We have the extra event of the weekly recitation of the Stations of the Cross every Friday, 7 p.m. And then, of course, Lent is also a time to go to confession. So we have the regular confession times after Mass in the morning on Friday and Saturday. And in addition to that, on the Wednesdays in Lent, confession every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So not on Ash Wednesday, but the other Wednesdays in Lent. Those would be the three things. The Mass, reconnect to the Mass on Sunday, or at least on weekday, go to confession during Lent and participate in the Stations.
And Lent is upon us. Is there any other sort of final things that you'd like to say to parishioners just to keep in mind as we sort of journey throughout Lent in 2022?
Two things. One is big, right? As the Holy Father wants, Pope Francis, use Ash Wednesday and other times to really pray for peace, right? This is a new situation, a kind of war to which we were not used to, which we have not had for a long time. So the prayer for peace needs to be something we rediscover. And then hopefully we'll pray for us and for me and for the ministry that our church does in Lent and after.
Here, I will see you when you're out of quarantine and back in the fight at St. George's. So
thank you. Take care and God bless.